time. Watch this.
College football is literally making Jesus go viral, and this has got to be one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So Ohio State and Notre Dame played in the national championship game, and let's just start with Notre Dame. So this is Riley Leonard, he's the quarterback, and when he scored a touchdown, instead of doing a celebration, he pointed to his wrist, and on his wrist was a wristband of a verse that says Matthew 23:12, and the Google searches of this verse broke out into an all-time high after this clip. It reads, "Whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted." And we're going to get into the Ohio State side of things, who won the game, but just take a look at Riley Leonard's post-game interview.
Before I answer your question, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for giving me the opportunity to play in this game. I wrote on my hand Proverbs 27:17, as iron sharpens irons, so should one man sharpen another. And I think, like I said throughout the week, us and Ohio State were the two teams who praised Jesus Christ the most, and I think that we strengthened each other in our faiths, in our faiths through coming to this game and competing against each other. So I'm happy to see godly men come out on top, no matter what the circumstance is. I'm very, happy to praise Jesus in the lowest of lows as well.
Next, we have the champion quarterback, Will Howard. Not only did this man give glory to Jesus once, but he did it twice, right after the game and then on the big stage. Check this out.
First and foremost, I got to give the glory and the praise to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, man. I wouldn't be here without him. And before I say anything, I just got to give my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, all the glory and all the praise, man. Amen. Amen.
We hear a lot of times people talk about their faith and people sort of dismiss it. These guys were sharing their faith and reaching out and baptizing guys on campus, not just football teammates. And it became something powerful to them, not because they thought it was going to be handed to them to win a game. It changed.
Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit join us now. And men, this story can now be told, right? You guys heard it. Holly asked him about it. We've all heard Ryan Day say the story can only be told if we win tonight. Herbie, I'll let you start as a guy grew up there and wore the uniform. What's the story of this team?
Oh, don't start with me, man. I'm a little emotional. I'm just fired up for these guys. When I call these games, I'm incredibly objective, and I love all these Ohio State teams, but this team, because of what they went through to get to this point, you're just happy,
Yeah,
just
man.
happy for them.
We're all from somewhere, all right? Zero apologies for any of the emotion. I think it's all understandable. I'll ask Chris a question. Let you get yourself together.
It's seventh national title, seventh for Ohio State, but none of them have been won like this, Scott, as you said, right? So they win the first year of the 14 bracket, and they had to beat Alabama in New Orleans to do it, to beat Oregon. Now you come into this year, and off that low, to win a championship this way, to survive 4 rounds against 4 really high-quality teams. Yeah, they're expected to win, but you got to go out and handle business. And they played from the front most of the time, but to execute collectively and to still be standing, that's really the story. I mean, I don't know if they were written off. I mean, they were ripped apart by a lot of their own people in Columbus.
They went to hell and back. I mean, we can try to make this sound soft, but my thing is I talk to these players, I talk to these coaches. I know what they faced after that Michigan game. I know the pain, and I know that a lot of people thought, the hell with this guy. Who else can be the guy? And I know what that did. That's a real life thing, and to have to put that away and not be, like, who are you to question? Like, he just handled it, took the high road, didn't say anything, went out, got his team ready to play 4 games, and they won it. And I think that's why I'm emotional, is what these guys faced. And if you notice, they just kept talking about each other. They didn't talk about, anything else. It was each other. It was the coaches. It was because it was those guys in that locker room that believed that they could make this run. And I think that's what, 20 years from now, that's what I'll remember, is how they kept it together just by themselves and had to fight out of that dark hole that they were in. And it's pretty special to think. It's a great example for all of us to learn about adversity. And we want to quit. We want to give up. It's a great example, not just for football, but in life, about getting through the tough times. And the good times are coming ahead, and that's what this is.